So do you like? This is a great outfit that I just got from my trip in Vietnam and Cambodia, and I'm totally inspired to share with you one of my favorite dishes while I was over there that I had just about every single day. It's light, it's easy to make, and it's the perfect snack or light meal that you can include in your repertoire to be healthy, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, and welcome to Barbara Mendez Nutrition. I've got a really special motivational Monday for you today because I'm going to teach you how to make Vietnamese spring rolls. As some of you may know if you read my blog, I just returned from a great trip to Vietnam and Cambodia, and I had these spring rolls every single day. They are delicious, they're light, they're crunchy, and you're going to find out how easy they are to make. So we're going to start out with some basic ingredients. So we're going to just shred up and julienne some carrots. Some cucumber. I also included some burdock root. Burdock root, I happen to have it on hand and it has great detoxification properties, so I figured I'd julienne some of that up and throw that in there as well. We're going to add some cilantro and also some mint. If you have some basil on hand, you can also include basil as well. You need some gem leaf lettuce as well, and then you also need these rice wraps. So these rice wraps are available in Asian markets. There are small ones like this one, or you can get a little bit larger one, and then you can just roll up the wraps the same exact way and cut them in half and serve them in that way. You can keep this a vegetarian option with just the ingredients I mentioned. You can also incidentally add sprouts if you happen to have them on hand. But today I had some shrimp, and that is how it's traditionally made in Vietnam, so I'm going to include that in today's dish. But if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you can easily leave these out, and there's no issue in doing that. So if you come on over here, I'm going to show you how we make them. So we start out with our rice paper, and as you see, it's kind of textured, but we're going to soften that up with a little bit of warm water, which I have here. So you just dip that in, and you swirl it around. You give it a few seconds before it starts to soften up. And one more turnaround and it'll be good to go. Okay, so then you remove it and handle it gingerly because this is a very fragile wrap. Might take a couple of times before you get the hang of it, without breaking it. And this is, like you see, very fragile. So I'm going to use a piece of gem leaf lettuce to give it a bit of a backbone so that when I wrap it up, it doesn't fall apart. So you kind of lay this towards the edge of one side of the paper, and then from there you assemble your vegetables. So, like I said, I have some julienne carrots, some julienne cucumber. I've got a little bit of burdock root that I happen to have on hand, which again is really good detoxifier. And then we're going to add a sprig of cilantro, which I love, so I add quite a bit of cilantro. I like the flavor that it gives these wraps. So a little bit of that. And then a mint leaf. If you happen to have basil at home, you can certainly use basil as well. The mint, the cilantro, and the basil combination, I would do all three because they taste good together. Then I'm going to add a piece of shrimp to that, cooked shrimp. That's how they traditionally make it in Vietnam, and now we're going to wrap it up. So the way you wrap it up is you take the one end closest to the lettuce and you gently roll it over the top. Be careful that you don't rip it and pull too hard. Then you're going to tuck in the sides the way you would if you were rolling a burrito. Tuck them in and then keep rolling, and then keep tucking and keep rolling until you have a little bundle of goodness. Now we're going to add that to the ones that we already have made right here, and then when we come back I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. So now we have these great looking fresh spring rolls, and now we're going to make the sauce. So there are two options you can do with the sauce. One is like a peanut dipping sauce, but that's not what we're going to do today. We're going to do a little bit more of a traditional route using different kinds of ingredients. So we're going to use some garlic and jalapeno. If you want it to be spicy, you can keep the seeds in the jalapeno when you chop it up. If not, you can just leave the seeds out. We're also going to use some rice wine vinegar, unseasoned, cilantro, chopped cilantro, lime juice, and then fish sauce. And fish sauce is made from anchovies, and it gives it quite the distinctive flavor of the sauces that they use in Vietnam. And then they usually use sugar, but instead of sugar, because you guys probably know by now I'm not a big fan of sugar, we're going to use xylitol, because xylitol is a great substitute for sugar that doesn't have that glycemic jump or spike that you get from traditional sugar. So we're going to use that. So come on over here so I can show you how to make it. So the first thing we're going to do is saute the garlic, which is already in there. Just get that going a little bit. And then I'm going to add the jalapeno. So if you want, if you're pressed for time, you can always just do the ingredients raw, but I just like to cook it up a little bit. And then to that, I'm just going to shut off the heat because it's getting already a little bit too hot. I'm going to add the fish sauce. And that kind of blends it all together. Now the rest of this sauce is going to be made in this bowl. So we're going to transfer this sauce, these sautés, into here. Smells so good. And then we're going to incorporate the rest of the ingredients. So the first thing we're going to add to it is the rice wine vinegar. Just add that in. Then we're going to add the lime juice. So incorporate that. I love lime juice. And then we're going to let's add the xylitol. So this is something that it takes a little bit to dissolve. So we're going to whisk that in. I have misplaced my whisk, so I'm going to use a fork today. Okay, and then we're going to add our cilantro. So you should not need additional salt for this because the fish sauce has some salt. So let's just mix that all up together. Let me give it a taste. Tastes great, quite limey, and definitely tastes the cilantro and the garlic. And you're going to let that sit for about 30 minutes, and then you're going to enjoy it with the spring rolls. So there you have it. Not only are they light, healthy, low in calories, they're delicious as well, and they're beautiful to look at. Another healthy opportunity to get great food into your diet. So there you have it, another easy recipe. And incidentally, the sauce lost nothing in having used xylitol rather than sugar, and we reduced the calories and the glycemic response, which is a nice thing to do. So another easy tip, so easy to incorporate healthy, delicious food into your diet so that you can achieve your health goals. It's just a matter of thinking a little bit, planning a little bit, and you will find that just incorporating a few healthy habits into your life will create dynamic shifts in the way that you feel, how your vibrancy, your weight, and all of it. You don't have to overhaul everything in order to be healthy. You just got to make a little few changes in your habits. So if you like tips like this, come on over to Barbara Mendez Nutrition and sign up for the newsletter. You're missing out on a whole bunch of opportunities to learn something new on the website because there's other things that I release on the website that I don't release on YouTube. So come on over and sign up for that. If you would like, you can follow me on Facebook or Twitter. And then I also want to hear your comments. What is your favorite way to eat Vietnamese spring rolls? Do you like peanut sauce or do you like this sauce? What's your favorite way, and are there any particular ingredients that you like to include in your spring rolls, if you've made them before, that you can share with us so that we can use them as well? If you've never tried spring rolls, I encourage you to make these. You're going to love them, and they are really low in calories and good for you. So, thanks so much. Let's give these a try. And before I shove this in my mouth, I'll see you next Monday. Just like Vietnam.